my God. Be seated, please, right where you are. It was a centurion custom. You may be seated. It was a centurion custom to try to accelerate the death of one of the malefactors that are on the cross in order to hasten the death process. Ladies and gentlemen, the soldiers would come and break their legs so they would die quicker. Now, something crazy happens, ladies and gentlemen, is that they go break Jesus's legs and can't do it. Oh my God. Instead of breaking his legs, some of y'all gonna miss this, they break the legs of the person next to him. God help me. See, some of y'all, you better take your mouth off people. God help me, because some of the stuff that was supposed to happen to you, God, I can't hear nobody. God put a hedge fence of protection around you. All right. It was, hallelujah. Be seated, please. I'm coming around the mountain. Here I come. Is that they come to go break his legs. Watch this. And when they go to break his legs, they cannot do it. They wanted to break his legs even though his feet are already nailed. All right, y'all stay with me. They wanted to break his legs because they did not expect him, hear me, to be able to stand under the pressure. All right, do me a favor, please. Just indulge me. We've been moving all day in church. Would you do me a favor? Would you just stand, everybody who's standing? Please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now be seated right where you are. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please be seated. Thank you. I just needed to do this for me, please. Would you stand again for me? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Would you be seated right where you are? Thank you. I'm almost finished. Would you stand right where you are? Thank you. Would you be seated right where you are? This is the last time I need you to do it. Would you stand right where you are? Now don't move, because I want the devil to know I'm still standing. God, I need somebody to shout that in spite of everything I went through, I'm still standing. All right. For real, you can be seated this time. You deserve, ladies and gentlemen, a Nobel Prize, a blue ribbon, a plaque, a certificate, and a U.S. savings bond for everything that you've been through. God help me, because weaker people would not have been able to survive it. But the fact that you can still stand, having done all to stand therefore, put on the whole armor of God. Come here, Sealer. Can I testify from the color purple? I may be black, I may be ugly, but I'm still here. And there's somebody that needs to shout, I ain't got everything, but I'm still standing. I'm almost finished. Y'all didn't want to have church today. Be seated, please. All right. I only got one last thing to tell you. Be seated, please. No tricks in 86. Be seated, please. All right. All right, here it is. They were wrong about you, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the last time I'm going to ask you to be seated, I think. Be seated, please. All right. They were wrong about you for this one reason. They thought the thing you were in was going to kill you. And I don't want to mess this church up, and God knows I don't want y'all to flip these green chairs upside down. But God told me to tell, God help me, 2,000 of you who are in this room, God help me, tell your attack, God help me. Tell your enemies, tell your bills, tell your haters, tell your sickness, give me 3 days. God, I can't hear nobody in here. I got the wrong church. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. I said everything that's been trying to kill you, God said give it 3 days, and 3 days from now, you coming out with power in your hand. Jesus said, no man takes my life. I lay it down. And if I lay it down, I got the power to pick it back up again. I wish I had a better sermon. I only got 1 point. Let me give you my 1 point that I want to give you. Is in verse number 54, Matthew 27. And the soldier said, I think we killed the wrong man. This must be the Son of God. Now watch this. He says this while Jesus is still on the cross. Oh my God. He didn't recognize his exceeding greatness after resurrection. He recognized who he was, and some of y'all gonna flip over this. He recognized who he was because Jesus displayed to them how to suffer with class. God, I can't hear nobody in here. That even when I'm going through, I ain't gonna give Negroes the satisfaction of knowing how bad it is for me, because I'm still standing. Says I underestimated you. Not, God help me, not because of how he acted when he came out of it. Our circle get ready to get smaller, but because of how he carried himself while he was still in pain, because he refused to be angry about who betrayed him and who lied on him and who sold him out. But every time you see him walking in Empowerment Temple, you don't even know how much hell they dealing with during the week. And they said, this is the wrong. I declare I'm finished. He recognized who Jesus was while he was still in his mess. Watch this. Because he's shouting while hurting. He's blessing people while he's been betrayed. God, I can't hear nobody in here. He taking care of his mama when he ain't even got enough for himself. I can't find no real people in here. God told me to tell you this for the real church. All the phony people coming next week. God says, I want to see who will shout before I get up. I want to see who. God, please. Y'all not where I'm trying to go yet. Here it is. This shout right here is for those of y'all who are still in something, but you still believe God is able. Would you shout like he's able while I'm still in it? Thank you. I want you to be seated right where you are. I'm finished. But I need to make this impartation. I need you to be seated right where you are. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Right where you are. Would you just take that neighbor by the hand? Right. I'm finished, but I really just need to make a deposit into somebody's life. Make sure somebody's hand is clasped into your hand. As I said, angel over this house, I want to speak with apostolic authority over every person in this room. Hallelujah. I declare and decree to every worshiper who is in this place, they were wrong about your child. Hallelujah. I need you to just shake that neighbor's hand. Tell them they're going to be all right. Hallelujah. Yeah. Your child is going to be above and not beneath. God, I can't hear nobody in here. Your child is going to be more than a conqueror. Would you shake that neighbor's hand even right now? Bless your holy name. I don't know who this is for. Maybe somebody in that balcony. God told me to tell you the doctor was wrong about your medical condition. I feel like I need to declare out loud, he was wounded for your transgressions. He was bruised for your iniquities. Now I need you to start shaking that hand like you got authority. But by his stripes, I can't find my intercessors in here. I said, by his stripes, you are healed. I need every person to shout like disease is out of your body, like sickness is out of your body. Hallelujah. Make sure that neighbor's hand is in your hand. They were wrong about you. God help me. The worst is behind. The best is yet to come. Can I speak to somebody? No weapon that is formed against you shall be able to prosper. They were wrong about you. Hallelujah. You shall live and you shall not die to see the salvation of the Lord. Look at the person beside you. Tell them the devil is a liar. Everything he said about you is untrue. God, help me. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. If you know God knew me while I was still in my mother's womb, I need you to loose that hand and give God glory like he was wrong. Hallelujah. Bless his holy name. Lift that hand. You can be seated or stand at your leisure. Hallelujah. I said they were wrong about you. Hallelujah. I said they were wrong about you. Hallelujah. I said they were wrong. They don't know who they dealing with. You ain't no regular run-of-the-mill person. You got something different on your life. They were wrong about you. God, help me. If you were going to lose it all, you would have lost it in 07. If you were going to go crazy, it would have happened in 09. But I thank God they were wrong about you. Make sure somebody's hand is in your hand. I'm getting ready to bid you adieu. I can't give you my testimony enough, but I just feel like it's needed and it's necessary. I got to keep telling y'all my same testimony over and over again, because Revelation says that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony. I want to help some parent in this room who needs to know they was wrong about your child. Hallelujah. All the members, you done heard this testimony. I want to speak this to some visitor, some person that hadn't been to church in a minute. You need to know. I went to Baltimore City College, Preparatory High School, 33rd in Alameda. And I was president of my class, president of my junior class at Baltimore City College. And I was caught up in the matrix of what Jawanja Jufu calls to be popular or to be smart. That every black man, every young black man makes a critical decision between 7th and 9th grade whether or not he wants to be popular or be smart. I'm in the gifted and talented section of Baltimore City College for accelerated learning, taking AP courses where my father and my uncle were in Hall of Fame. And in my 11th grade year, I failed the 11th grade. In that city, I don't know how they function now. Before they put you out of the school, they have an exit interview. With your core group of guidance counselors, your teacher, your parents, and you sitting there looking stupid. And I'm sitting in this exit interview, and I'm watching them going over my file, over my failing test records, all the days I skipped class, All the days the truant officers caught me at Mondawmin. Why I didn't need to be in that school and why they were putting me out. That teacher told my parents, you need to put your son in Job Corps, get him some discipline, get him a tray. And I watched the guidance counselor say, now he is in his 11th grade year. He done messed up, getting ready to fail the 11th grade. As president of the class, getting ready to fail the 11th grade. It is obvious to us your son is not college material. And maybe you should send him to